So it's the 10th of May, which means it's 14 weeks exactly from when I got my first DEXA scan done. So we're going back to Body Scan UK today to see Philip, to see the results. Just outside, time for the second DEXA scan. They know me. Yeah. One of their Swiss elite guys has got a business, he's got Project Fit, so I'll just take a snap of that and send it to me. Running my life away. No problem.
I'm going to put her on the 98.2, okay. And come back towards me about 2 or 3 inches, a little bit more about there, okay. So I'm just going to check your...
I want a small amount of muscle mass increase, because of recomping.
Okay. So all you have to do, Luke, is be still, but be relaxed, okay. So don't tense up, don't desperately try and hold on to that position, okay. Alright, so just imagine you're lying on the beach, you can close your eyes if you like.
Macro wise, 225 protein, 275 carbs, 65 fat, and that dropped probably 4 or 5 weeks ago to 250 carbs and 60 fat.
So this here is your current fat here on the sides, and that's what it was before, this big area here. Right.
Okay.
So that's the original Luke. This is today's, and you get the same 3 pages, but the key one is this one here, the progress page. So you've lost about 8 kilos of fat, but you have lost up to 2 kilos, probably about 1.6 kilograms of lean muscle, I'm afraid, or lean mass, okay, which is ostensibly muscle. Just to point out the numbers, the reason for variation is we're 98.2 on the scale last time, we're 88.6 this time. To a normal person, to an average person, that ratio is not bad, 1 to 4. But clearly you wanted to hold on to your muscle. If we look at, I mean, this is how kind of significant your numbers are, particularly on the fat loss. So first of all, if we look here, so your fat mass index, you remember last time we spoke about fat for your height, your fat mass index is this number here. Before your fat mass index was at 7, you were kind of around the 65th percentile, okay, and now you are at 4.7, which is around here. So kind of mainly off the belly, proportionately off the upper body, but not drastically. Let's have a look. Yeah. So I'd stop thinking about the body fat percentage and try and look at
Just
this.
the fat, the overall fat mass.
So body fat percentage, the lowest we've had is 10.0.
Okay.
Right?
So when I'm saying, when everyone's like, oh, I'm 5 to 6% when I'm on stage, it's like not in a DEXA scan.
No, you're dead. Yeah. So 10 bodybuilders have been 11.5, 12%.
Okay. And they're like, what we would see on stage as being striated.
Depending on the type of competition they're talking about. I mean, there are some people that look like dry pumpkins. And then there's people who just look good, right? But cover model, I'd say, men's health cover model would be about 12%.
That striated glutes level of body.
Then you're kind of maybe on the 10% cusp and down, but not much. So 3.5 is 4 kilos of fat.
What, 20 weeks?
That's right. So is your lean going up?
Rate your scan now, not. I'll be a bag of bones when I sit on stage. And then I compete on the 30th.
All right.
Right before.
Okay.
That's how we get going. Right.
Okay.
Cheers.
Luke.
Good to see you again.
See you again.
Just going to Nando's to carb up to get rid of, mitigate all of this lean body mass loss. Now that's a post-DEXA scan refeed. Give me my lean mass back, son. Just got back from the DEXA scan, and to be honest, I'm fucking annoyed. I really thought if I had to put money on, I'm not a betting man, even though I do have a little bet every now and then, was that because I hadn't trained for so long properly, because I had so much fat mass to lose, and obviously I've still lost a decent amount of fat mass. At the end of this, we'll put a comparison up with both so you can see the differences. I've also lost, well, it says 2 kg, but he said 1.6 kg of lean mass. Where lean mass is everything apart from obviously bone and fat mass. So if I had, say, more carbs and more glycogen with more water, that would obviously sway it a little bit. But just knowing that losing 1.6 kg of potential muscle mass while starting to train, again, like you would say, oh, if someone was trained and then they were detrained, they hadn't trained for a while, then they started training again, tracking nutrition. Obviously, I've been in quite a moderate deficit. We know that you can afford to be. Well, I thought you could afford to be when you had a lot more fat mass to lose. So now, sort of sending it off to Coach Helm, seeing what his opinion is and what we do from that for the remaining 20 weeks and 3 days before I get on stage. And again, it's just sort of like you're lifting weights to still lose muscle, trying to get your head around that you're lifting weights and you're losing mass at the same time. It shouldn't be called bodybuilding. It should be called body not losing as much as you would do. And it just gets you to think of all of those which don't have a long prep, who do have quite a large amount of fat to lose, and they cut like a stupid amount of weight in a short period of time. Most of them don't have DEXA scans. If they did, then how much actual lean mass would they actually lose being an aggressive cutter when they get down on stage or just for photo shoots? So back to the drawing board. It's not the end of the world. I'll drink my coffee, go home, play some gaming, and snipe people in the head.